Y'all hear the bop? Y'all hear? Yo, what's up with my stuff already? You ready, Wally? What up, what up, what up? Dr. Iman is on here early. What up? Uh-huh. What up, what up? We back. We are all the way back. Yo, what's up? What up, everybody? Yo, Caleb, what up? Talk by T, what up? Dr. Iman is in here early. What up? Call me Omalara's in the building. What up? Creator X in here. What up? Yo, we are back for Black Culture to Breakdown Season 3 premiere. Let's go. All right, if you don't know who I am your boy Jersey, and I am back with a fresh season of Black Culture to Breakdown. We are bigger, better, and bolder for this season, and we taking everything to the next level for this season. We got a lot of dope surprises pulling up and a lot of dope guests. I see people calling in. This is not the kind of show that we do that. No. If you're not scheduled, we don't take any calls. No. Okay. But yo, I appreciate y'all in here. Drop in the comments. What's up? What y'all drinking today? I got something in my cup. What y'all got in y'all cup? What y'all drinking? What y'all drinking? What y'all drinking? Okay. Well, we're going to get Dr. Iman on here in a second. Yo, we've been going through a whole lot. How have y'all been? I ain't been here in a Sunday in a very long time, but I'm excited to be back and talking to y'all on live. It's a season 3 premiere. I'm excited. Okay, we about to be in the shmoney. What up, Cat D? How we feeling? And we have a lot of comments that we're going to be reading on the live, so make sure whatever you feeling, you drop in the comments below. We about to get Dr. Iman on here, and we're about to get this conversation going, all right? How y'all feeling, though? Everybody's good? Y'all good? Let's call Dr. Iman's about to come. Oh, there you go right there. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Hey, how are you, brother? I can see all the comments here, not myself. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. You say you can see all the comments?
Yeah, hey, how are you? Oh,
my brother, thank you so much for coming on. Welcome to Black Culture to Breakdown.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is season 3, right?
Yes, definitely. You know, it's the first time on Black Culture to Breakdown. But this is definitely season 3, and we got to give you that good welcoming, man. So tell the people who you are and what you do.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Would you please replay the music you played at the beginning, the intro thing?
Oh, you want me to play that's my Black Culture to Breakdown theme song? You like
yeah,
it?
So let's do this. I love that.
I got you right now.
Yeah.
Dr. Iman, you out here wilding. Let's get lit. Hey.
Oh, yeah?
What's up? Everybody's in the chat. They're going crazy for you, Dr. Iman. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ready?
Hey. Awesome. Now we're officially entering the show, right?
Hey, pull it.
Okay, awesome.
I hope you like it.
Thank you. I love it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Of course. Man, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Hello, everyone. I am Iman. My name is Iman. I am a surgeon. I worked in trauma bay for a while, and I cut open so many people. But recently, I am actually cut open souls and touch hearts. And now I'm based in Toronto, a poet, a surgeon, a life enthusiast, a wayfarer, and happy to be here. Thank you.
Of course, man. Y'all heard what he said. He's a surgeon, so you know what that means. Okay, so we got to make sure. Now let's get into the beginning of this. So you're an actual doctor. Like, what was that journey like, becoming an actual doctor? Walk us through young Iman.
Well, I'm from Middle East, and back there is not so complicated. Either you must be a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, or you're a waste. Like nothing, no one actually counts you. This is one of the 3 things that you can be. But yeah, my journey started when I was like 5 years old, when I was hanging around in my grandparents' house, and this photo on the wall was so like this mysterious guy on the wall with suits and the Eiffel Tower in the background.
Mm.
And I asked my grandpa, "Who's that guy?" And my grandfather was like a beautiful storyteller. The way that he started to talk about this mysterious man, and they called him Mr. Doctor. And I figured that this is my grandfather's father. So he is one of the first doctors in the whole country. Like his official number was three. And yeah, so after the story, I just decided to be a doctor. Nothing else. I never thought about anything else. I always been, let's say, into poetry and all this stuff that I'm doing, but that was just, kind of like side hustle for me. But being a doctor is always was my only job I ever thought about.
You ever thought about? So you said 5 years old was when you kind of like had like that first inclination that you wanted to get into medical. What about medical intrigued you enough to be like, this is really what I want to do? How are you able to stomach, dealing with trauma and just dealing with like, people going through really rough times? How has that journey been for you, just getting tougher with that?
Well, so trauma was something that I ended up at the end, like maybe very last years of my journey. But the idea of dealing with pain and easing and relieving people's pain is something that when you imagine that, let's say, let's just see it this way. People might, of course, me myself, like there's a lot of fulfillments out there, like financially, emotionally, like everything. But imagine you save a life, just one. There's nothing comparable. Nothing can beat that one.
Yes.
And yeah, yeah. And imagine, so it's like in over 2 years in a war zone, I saved like over 100 lives on my table, beside the small stuff that I've done. So this is like the maximum fulfillment that you can ever imagine.
Got it.
And I'm happy to do this.
Wow. So now, surgeon, and then you have this other side to you that's so poetic, and you know how to connect with people with their hearts, with their souls, with their minds. You do such a great job of saying words that people can't seem to get out of their head. How did you develop this complex of being a surgeon and then this, I guess, or do you have an ulterior, is like an ulterior ego that kind of creates these dope poetry? Talk to us about that.
Well, honestly, I think that being a surgeon is kind of like being a poet too. It's all art, and I decided, like among all the different aspects of medicine, I choose surgery because I think this is the most creative part. So no one can tell you what to do. You cannot decide what to do until you open the patient up. So then you can just, of course, there is science, there is knowledge, and then your creativity is what dictates what you have to do. Uh, well, I think poetry is kind of like soul surgery. You can, and in surgery we have a term like laparoscopy. You just make two small holes and put the instrument and camera, everything inside, and you fix the problem. You come out, like clean job. Poetry is kind of like laparoscopy. With one word, two words, laser focus. You get in, do your stuff, and get out like in 15 seconds.
Yes. You dropping some gems, Dr. Iman.
Thank you.
That was one. That's a point already. We know Dr. Iman is the king of gems. If you haven't been on his Instagram, I'm sure you guys all have already. He drops infinite amount of reels, dropping so much insight on things that we need to hear on a regular day basis that we just don't always hear. So thank you for always being that voice that just keeps on giving, okay? Yes. Now, let me ask you this. With all the content that you've created, what is your favorite piece of content? What was your favorite video that you've done so far?
Well, I have some. So this is it. When you actually come making content for others, this is how you become a content creator. It's not about what you like the most. It's about what your audience like the most. So you need to separate them. There
Okay.
are some like maybe deep stuff that I said, wow, what a beautiful piece of everything. And when I posted, I said, no, maybe not that much. It's not about like what you think is good. It's about what your audience need the most. That is the difference. So you don't like, there's no obsession, there's no pride, no, like, of course that must be the one. So I don't know, like, I like what my audience like the most, but I personally like the one that I do this kind of like, like lip syncing, dancing, this kind of stuff. That's my favorite. I love them the most.
Okay. So you like the stuff that gives more interactions.
Like, yeah, so this is like me, and I'm enjoying it, like I actually I do this kind of stuff every day to myself, like in a mirror. This is what I do. So like I put it in, like in a camera, that would be my content. But honestly, like recently I post something on TikTok, and what exactly I did was just I flipping a pot with the rice, crispy rice. That like 5 second video, 10-second video got like 300,000 views. I was like,
I seen that with the rice in the pot flipping.
yeah, I mean, like, okay, so that was like, okay, so maybe that's what you want to see, like no words, no Dr. Iman, no nothing, just flipping rights. Okay. Yeah, I mean, why not?
So now let me ask you this: how do you stay fresh? How do you stay creative with just coming up with new content every? Do you ever feel like this is ever stressing you out? Do you ever get to that point?
Well, so that's the key. The point is that you do not have to think about it. You
Hmm.
don't need to plan. Of course, like let's say I am going to make content around breast cancer in October, which is the breast
Yeah.
cancer awareness month. So of course that is something that you have to think about. But daily basis or day-to-day content, you just need to think, okay, what about today? There
Mhm.
are a lot of stuff. There are like hundreds of topics that you can just talk about. You write them down, like everything. Oh, maybe you need to be aware, like every like mindful about every second. Sometimes I see something in the street. Oh, that's gonna be. I have some post about like bumblebees and birds and stuff. Like, yeah, there is like content happening all around. You just need to see it.
Definitely, definitely. So let's talk about this then. There's so many professionals that are in their actual profession, as doctors, as lawyers. Like more like guess like you go to work and you just kind of do your work. What advice would you give to those professionals that want to break into social media and want to create an extra lane, an extra way to kind of express themselves and get their other creativities out? What advice would you give to those people on how to begin that process on social media?
Mm. Well, so that's a hard one. So I mean, so let's say people come to your content, people come to your page to see you,
Hmm.
not to see lawyer advice or medical advice. You can just add it to you, it's okay. But they want you to talk about it. So be you yourself, be your most authentic self. And otherwise you have to be what you present for the rest of your life. You cannot just pivot in the middle of the way. Yeah, just this is not exactly me. I am a little bit more funny. I'm not that one. So be yourself, and don't think that you need to do something that people like it. There's 7 billion people out there, and let me tell you something, like psychologically. Even the most ridiculous question you ask someone, 3% of the whole population will answer the thing that you don't expect. Do you want to, like, whatever you want? Do you want to, like, let me just come up with something. Do you want Godzilla like eat you tonight? 3% will say yes. I mean, no question. So 3% of 7 billion, there is no chance that you miss people that they're gonna like you. Just be yourself.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. So now I feel like some people are not meant to be on social media. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that anybody can have a social media presence? Is something that anybody can obtain? Or do you have to have a certain je ne sais quoi to be able to captivate an audience and to be able to pump out content that people actually want to come and tap in with? What do you think?
Well, so not everyone need to be on social media. Not everyone, as you said, meant to be. But
No.
like, it's not about what platform are we talking about. Like LinkedIn, I have an account on LinkedIn. I try to make it professional, but come on, I honestly, I don't know what to do with that. Like, yes, people actually are connecting with me on LinkedIn, but they say, I like your TikTok. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everyone can be an influencer, even for one person. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not about numbers, it's about like, dominoes. Someone can influence like 1 million people. The other one needs, I know people that actually impact me. No one ever knows them. Like, these people are like power in the shadow. They're just there. And if you want to learn, you go to them. So you never underestimate your effect, your impact. But you don't have to be in a display all the time. You can have your impact the way that you do.
Definitely, definitely. And listen, Dr. Iman is dropping a whole bunch of gems and he's doing them for free, all right? He's doing them for free. Your fans are always tapped in with you. Your supporters are always tapped in with you. You
They're
know,
amazing. They're amazing. I love them. Like, actually, they made me what I'm doing, who I am. I was just before this social media 9 months ago.
yeah.
I was exactly what I am here, but I was just a dude I just, no one ever noticed that what I'm doing, but these people actually made me someone more responsible about what I say, what I do, how I say, and that's beautiful.
And that's super dope. Let's clap it up for that, everybody. That was beautiful, Dr. Iman. Listen,
Take care.
I want you to be, I guess, as transparent as possible. And when it comes to your audience and people that you actually tap in with that calls you, what is the most common question that you get asked? Like, think about it. Like, what do people ask me all the time whenever you actually
As I'm trying to be as transparent as I can. Just,
yes.
yeah. So no, okay. No more transparency. Like, it's enough. I mean, just, yeah. So most frequent question. There are a couple of questions. Let's say, are you single? Why do you use sign language? Where are you from? Ask about my religion. I just don't know why. But and some people ask if I have like some hearing impairments. And yeah, that's that. These are the most,
What's
like,
what's the most offensive question somebody's asked you
most offensive question.
on the live?
Uh, I don't think there is no offensive question. As long as it's question, it's no offense. Like, yes. So this is just a question. Either you can answer or not, but whatever. But I remember it was a comment that someone actually, I I barely like to receive like any hate comments and stuff. Like, everyone is just so amazing there. But one of these like accounts with no name and no picture and nothing, I don't know like who are they, but they actually dropped a comment to offense me, and that was one of the most beautiful comments I've ever received.
Hmm.
Exactly, like that's the craziest story. I was like, yeah, how can someone just like try to offense you, try to say something to hurt you? But that was so hit me in like a right place, and I was like, yes, exactly. And the comment was like, it was a song by Kelly Clarkson. Mm, so if it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. And
Oh,
I had my coat in the middle, and I was dancing, and I just doing those stuff. And this, I don't know, guy, whoever, said that. So this guy, me, uh, he spent so much time with his mom, and now he's just acting like his mom.
hmm.
I was like, yeah, why not? Like, this is what is wrong with being with your mom? And like, I would love to act like my mom. My mom is an angel, and that's the, like, everything I know about morality, ethics, spirituality, everything. She is my guru. She is my mentor. And that was exactly I wanted to hear that. Okay, so you are now doing or talking about, you're acting like your mom.
Hmm.
That was, yeah, that was one of the most let's say uh, powerful, impactful messages I've ever received.
Okay. Okay, Mom. Yes. All right. We love moms. So, all right. We're going to play a game called Rapid Fire. Are you ready?
What exactly we're doing again?
It's a game. It's called Rapid Fire.
Rapid fire. Okay, so what's gonna happen?
What exactly is this? So
Does it hurt?
I'm going to ask you a question, and you just answer the first thing that comes to your head. Rapid fire.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's go.
Right. Audience, are y'all ready for this? Time's about to get into it. All right. So the rules are simple. He just has the first thing that comes to his head. I'm going to ask a series of questions, and you just go. You just go. Cool.
Okay, before we start, sometimes I have like some difficulty hearing your voice. Like, it's like 1 second, maybe a lag or something. It's a little bit like delay.
Are you saying that my Wi-Fi is trash?
No. When you are closer, maybe it's better, or I don't know. Like just.
Oh, I need to be okay. I got that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go.
Okay, everybody's ready. Okay, they said ready. Okay, okay. All right. So let me just get
just one word. I just said say one word. Anything comes to your mind? To my mind, actually.
Anything that comes.
One word.
All right. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Favorite movie?
I don't have favorite movie. I love them all, but let's see.
No favorite movie?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple. I see some of them like that's this. So if your question is about favorites, I barely have favorite things. I love everything, but I don't have favorite too much. Like not many things are my favorite. Because like you don't think the same that yesterday. How you can that's all about like pride and prejudice and like obsession.
If something is your favorite, you're not allowed to change it. It's supposed to be your favorite for life.
So I mean, who said that? It can be favorite today, but not tomorrow. People change. Everything can change. Like
true. Okay. Back to the game. Okay. Favorite genre of music?
Oh, rock.
Maybe.
Alternative rock.
Second favorite genre of music?
Another alternative rock.
Okay, cool. Rock. You lived in 4 countries. Which one?
Oh, house music. I love house music too.
Oh, house music. Okay, check. Yes. You lived in 4 countries. Which one was your favorite to go to?
I've been in different places, and maybe so far I'm living here. Like I know that my questions my answers are a little bit crazy, but my favorite book is the book that I'm reading now. My favorite movie was the last movie I saw. My favorite country is the country that I'm living in. If there is another favorite country, I probably will be there. Like that's how I do. I always like, okay, so this is a favorite. Let's be there. So that's so far is Canada, but I know that it's not going to be the end. Yes. I definitely there are places I need to explore.
A few more questions. This is for the fans because I know they've been wanting to know so much about. So okay, your favorite kind of food?
Okay, that's amazing. Today I had this talk with someone. I am not picky, but I love red meat. But now I am contemplating to start trying to be a vegan, or like not vegan, but yeah. So I need to cut it down.
Listen, eat whatever you want. You got one life to live, Dr. Iman. Yes.
Okay.
All right, two more questions. What kind of mug is that?
What kind of mug is that?
Oh no, I lied. What's inside of the mug?
Oh, it's water. Like it's not coffee anymore, just water.
Okay. What are you guys? All right, last question. Last but not least. I'm trying to think of a good one that people will want to know. Rapid fire.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I will have a huge platform for myself to broadcast everything I want, talk about everything I want, challenge everything I think is not right all around the world, and I have people who support me in that.
You better get the bag, Dr. Iman. You better get them. Y'all heard what he said? First of all, your platform is already massive. So the fact that you're even trying to go bigger just shows that there is no cap to what you're trying to accomplish here. If I've learned anything from you today, you said your favorite book is the one you just read, your favorite movie is the last movie you just watched. And I feel like that's just so present of just being in the now, you know what I'm saying? And that was really good. And that actually resonated with me. So
Thank you.
appreciate you for that. Okay, last but not least, my brother, what is next for you in this next phase or the last quarter of the year, right? So we're ending out 2021 and 2022 is about to roll around. What's next for you immediately?
Oh, that is beautiful to ask because actually I have some plans, and so I recently had my exam to get my license in Canada. My recent one, like yesterday, I had my second exam. That's why the reason that I was not so present over the last 2 weeks. But from now on, I start my website next week, and beside everything that I'm trying to do, like small businesses, kind of like some products and stuff, I start to create kind of like a, let's say, video magazine. I will work on that one. So I'm going to introduce this probably for the first time, that members will receive a whole magazine with videos. It's not about just the article, because these days people don't read. Like this is the secret of
Yeah.
wealth. Just read it for 10 minutes. They don't read it, but people watch videos. So that's what I do. I read them. I just don't read. I explain what's happening in the article, and
Mhm.
that's going to be my next
So
next level.
you're like a narrator.
Yeah, it's not about, like, let's say in my videos I talk about something, so that's it. I'm just sitting here, talk about the topic, and I elaborate on it, what's happening. It's not just reading, but the article is one of the top tens in the world. So from like reliable sources like WHO or Nature or Lancet magazine or Forbes magazine or whatever. But I actually read it and explain it to my audience. So that is the package, the kind of like a magazine with like video magazine, maybe like 5 to 10 topics in every episode, and that's going to be next. So that's hot. Is this the first time I'm talking about it? This is the first time I would just explain it here.
Okay, we are in the exclusive, okay?
Mm.
And Dr. Iman is like a moneymaker. Everybody's going to be tapping into that. A video type magazine is absolutely genius, okay? Yes. And I will definitely, hopefully I can, are you going to be taking any features?
Yeah, so that's it. So the magazine, I will talk to doctors, entrepreneurs, artists, people who are impact. As I said, there are people who do not have the platform, but they have the impact. I will invite them to my thing. So it's kind of like a interview, but video interview in the magazine. So people are, I invite people to talk to them. It's not just me. I'm just a storyteller. I will just talk about stuff. It's not something that I made up on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what? I will be definitely tapping in. Can we get a name with it?
The company like that I just registered is the Iman Global.
The Iman's Global.
Because in North America, most of the people call me Iman. I say, yeah, it's Iman. I say, Iman. Oh no, it's Iman. It's okay. If you like Iman, I give you Iman.
You give you Iman. Well, listen, we'll be here to watch that Iman. All right.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Iman, I appreciate you for coming on, man. You were a gem.
Thank you.
The fans are crazy and they are going crazy for you. They saying it's interesting. Let me just read a few comments before you go. Your life-changing miracles. So many people gifted. Saying they saying love that. Yes.
Thank you.
Asking where are you from?
I'm originally from Iran, born and raised. And for people who don't know Iran, I recommend you to look at the history of the world. But Iran is the Middle Eastern country, just next between Iraq and like next to Turkey, Iraq, and down there, like in Middle East. But yeah, so I'm from Iran now, based in Toronto, Canada, and happy to be here.
Have you lived in the States yet or no?
Nope, I never visited the States at all.
What?
That's the next plan. Yeah, as I said, yeah. Yeah, so see you there. Shortly.
You
It's,
must.
it's, it's part of the plan.
For your first touchdown on the state soil, you must come to the Big Apple, New York City.
Yes, like I can see it from here. Like
New York.
yeah, I can see it near,
Oh, you
definitely.
close.
What is it?
Are you saying that because it's close, or are you saying because Toronto looks like New York?
No, 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 it's close. I mean, that's just, other side of the lake, not far from here, maybe half an hour flight. How long do we fly? 20 minutes. How do you say that? 20 minutes.
It is. Oh, they think
Exactly.
California, come to Nashville. Now they saying come to AZ, come to Florida. Look,
Hmm.
he's not going anywhere but to New York City in the first.
That's one of my plan. I would love to just pick up my phone and start traveling and share everything I see with people, like all around the world, everywhere I go. Okay, so today we are here in New York and this is happening here. Today we're in Nashville. Today we're in like Pennsylvania. Like just let's just, if the moment I step in US, I have a lot of plan to do.
Yes,
Idaho, yeah, I have a friend in Idaho too.
and you can vlog your magazine, my brother, and it's dope.
Yeah, this is it. The whole publishing system is just my phone. That's the beauty of like 2021.
And
I don't need a publisher or something, just me.
what kind of phone you got?
It's iPhone 12 Max.
Oh,
This
you
is the
won. You
recent one.
passed. Yes, you passed the test. iPhone game, and it's above 10, so you're in the 21st century. Yes.
Yeah.
Man, Iman, again, thank you so much, man, for coming on here. I'm going to get the other guests on here. This ain't come to Oregon, come to NYC and Boston. But your fans are going crazy in the comments, as they always do for you. But you
Thank
can't
you.
be a stranger. You must come back on here.
Absolutely. Yeah, of course. Why not? I like the game. Let's play another one later.
I will definitely put you on, my
Okay.
brother.
Yeah,
Put
okay.
that on, and then we will definitely see you soon.
Thank you for having me. That was awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Of course. All right, everybody, clap it up for Dr. Iman. Until next time. All right, my brother. Next
Bye.
time. All right. So that was Dr. Iman, y'all. First of all, I see all y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all hit the follow button. It's free. Yes. Black Culture The Breakdown happens at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Instagram Live. You saying bye? Oh, you're not saying bye to me. You're saying bye, Dr. Iman. That's cool. Yeah, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Instagram Live. We have people like Dr. Iman all the time that comes in and actually talks about what they're actually good at. But now we're going to move on to the next segment, which is Miss Squats and Splits. And we're going to talk about everything happening in pop culture right now, all right? But how we feeling, everybody? Dr. Iman was dope. Make sure y'all follow him. Super dope. Hey,
Hey.
hey, what's up, Naima? Welcome to Black Culture The Breakdown Season 3 premiere.
Okay, season 3. What's up, everybody?
So first of all, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
It's your girl Naima, aka Squats and Splits. I'm a professional dancer in New York City. I have my own company called House of Pumps, where I teach heels classes, and I'm a former NBA dancer. What else? I'm just an entrepreneur, businesswoman, Brandon 101, all of that.
Okay, well, let's get into it. Thank you so much for popping out on the show. And everybody definitely still tapping in. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow at Squats and Splits right now. She is that chick. Dr. Iman is giving you a crown, all right? That's super dope, bro. I cannot wait to have you back on here again. That was super fun. But Naima, let's get into these topics, all right? Culture shock topics. Dun, 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 dun. Shots is fire, all right? It's time to really have these conversations. George Floyd gets defaced in Union Square, all right? This is the second time they are doing this to one of his murals, and the vandal is still on the loose. Give me your thoughts.
That to me is so crazy. It shows you that we are so far from where we really want to be. Like we talk about segregation and stuff. That was just like a few years ago. Everyone keeps thinking like, oh, that was so long ago. Some of our parents, grandparents, they had to deal with this, and it's still present today. No matter how many times we protest, no matter how many times or just how many friends we have, no matter how many TikTok videos there are out there, we're still dealing with a serious issue. And the fact that someone had to vandalize that, knowing what that statue represents, is ridiculous to me, and I really hope they catch the person. We need to respect each and every person that lives on this earth.
But how coincidental in Union Square in New York City, where there's cameras on every street, that they can't find who vandalized the
I
store?
don't understand, but they better call the F because
Mm,
they find everything. I don't understand.
okay, listen. They do find. First of all, they can find which rat was in the cheesecake. Okay, they definitely know how. If you're from Brooklyn, you know what I'm talking about. But like, so my whole thing is y'all could track everything. I feel like they put the energy and the effort into the things that they want to put the energy and the effort into. Can you get?
Don't get started. But that is a fact. That is a fact. You watch the news, you see what stories are important, more important, other issues that are more important than others, you know? So mm,
Okay,
it's
well,
crazy.
you know what? We're gonna just keep following that story, and we will be here to update y'all next week on what's going on with that. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Will Smith finally admits that he and Jada indeed do have an open relationship or open marriage, I guess we can call it. All right. What are your thoughts on Will Smith spilling that with GQ magazine?
We've been through that. First of all, yes, yes. Because when I was years ago, people were like, yeah, like they have an open marriage, they're swingers. So when that whole thing happened with Jada, and thank you, old news. When that happened with, I was like, hey, well, didn't y'all sign the contract? Like y'all in an open marriage. Now, what I think happened is, I think Will's just upset that it just spread like wildfire. Because I'm pretty sure he has his people that he deals with on the side as well. And I think he was just like, oh, snap. Jada don't put it out there. August Alsina don't put it out there. And now he's a little bit embarrassed. So he got to sit there with a little face. No, we
Jada,
all knew that.
but Jada didn't put it out there initially. August put her on blast, okay? Yes. So it's two different, it's definitely, and then she had to fess up to it because her back was against the wall. But let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Alsina was Jada Pinkett's son, Jaden Smith's best friend. All right. What are your thoughts on her smashing or her dealing with her son's best friend?
I'll put it like this. I think Hollywood got issues. And I'm gonna just say it like I think Hollywood got issues, and I'm gonna just put it like that.
Mm.
Um, and I know August is not doing well, and I know he has his things going on. So I don't know what type of relationship. I don't know what they thought this was supposed to be. I don't know if she was really just there to comfort him, and then things just went left. But I just think the whole situation is very crazy. If Will and Jada are in an open marriage, and then that's what it is, then that's what it is. I don't think Will has to act surprised because we all knew that.
Mm.
I knew about that since like college. I was like, okay, they date other people. So why confused? Next.
Nobody's confused over here. You know, but it's just not a part of their brand initially, right? I feel like they have a certain status that they have to be able to maintain. Jada is the woman of Hollywood at one point, you know what I'm saying, would set it off and all her major movies. She's done so much, you know what I'm saying? Will, come on, it's Will Smith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he don't want to be the person to come out, and I guess they don't want to be the couple to come out and be like, oh, by the way, our marriage ain't really perfect. We actually deal with other people outside.
Yeah. I think they were trying to keep it under the wraps. Just like I can't say the IG handle, but saying that August should have never put their business on blast. So I think Will got embarrassed because I think they have a mutual agreement that like, yeah, they have an open marriage, but I don't think it was meant to be exposed to that.
To that level.
Hmm.
Well, you know what? I guess in due time we're gonna see how everything plays out. But
Okay.
our next guest on here, Naeem, I want you to stay and help me welcome Mr. Rodney Perry. All right, and then we're gonna just ask a quick question and we're gonna let you go. Cool?
Okay.
All right, everybody that's tuning in, we got Rodney Perry that's about to jump on with us. So let's see if he's here to answer the line. Rodney, you ready, my brother? All right.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
What's up, Rodney?
It's all good. How y'all doing?
What's up? What's up?
Y'all better leave Will Smith alone, man. And he shut this whole thing down.
Listen, when he's a celebrity, I guess it's all public territory, right? When you put your life out there, people have an opinion on it. Now, Rodney, welcome to Black Culture, the Breakdown, my brother. How are you?
I'm great, man. Thanks for having me, man. This is dope. I got a chance to watch Dr. Iman and the show has been cracking, man. So I'm honored to be on.
Of course. Thank you for even coming on. Man, we have a legend on the live with us right now. I hope y'all understand. Iman, I want you to know that Mr. Rodney has been doing comedy for about 20 years now.
Ooh.
Right? Over 20 years, correct?
He just won't stop. He just won't stop.
All right. Just so y'all know, he's been on the Monique show since 2009 or 2011. All right. Okay. Was that part of Medea's, Tyler Perry's, tell him which one he was a part of.
Big Happy Family. I was in Big Happy Family. I was in another film called Johnson Family Vacation.
Okay.
And most recently on Coming to America 2.
Coming to America 2. Man, you are definitely a legend and we applaud you. Yeah, we got the sound effects over here cracking.
I love it.
Now, Naeem, I want to ask this question to both of y'all before I let you go and I just get the interview going with Rodney. Have both of y'all seen Squid Games?
Oh.
Ooh, is it a ooh?
Is it a
I've seen it.
I refuse to watch it.
It's crazy.
So two perspectives. Let's get to the conversation. Naima, what's up with your thoughts on it?
So I'll say this, I only watched it because, it's trending. Everyone's talking about this show. I was like, let me see what it's about. Somebody a little crazy up here had to have written that, because that show, it's intense. It's like, you don't want to turn away from it. You want to get to the end. But if you really think about it, like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but you're basically, these people are going into a game for money, right? And, especially during these times during the pandemic, we all out here trying to catch our next dollar. But it's like, how far would you go for money? Would you really put your life on the line for some money? I mean, I know we have our debts and things are going on, but I really watched the show and I was like, wow, there's probably people really out there that would do extreme things for money. And it just showed that in the show. Like, they were just killing people off left and right. Not even... Children should not be watching that show. Like, it was very intense. But you can turn it off. I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay. Comment below if you actually been watching that show, all right? If you've been watching Squid Games, comment below. Rodney, talk to us about why you would not watch.
So I turned it on, and you got really about 90 seconds to get me.
Okay.
It's Netflix. You got 90 seconds. Because you can turn your Netflix off. I'm like, okay, let me see what they talking about. I heard people talking about it. I'm like, I don't want to be a part of this. Because I knew they were going to try to get me in. Now, when they go back and redo this with a black cast, I'm all in. But until they do that, I'm good.
You good. That is hilarious, okay? Well, you know what? I guess we're going to, right now, I'm going to just get to y'all understand the stats. This is taking over Netflix. It's taking over social media memes. It's #1 in 90 countries. Every country that is airing is #1 at this current moment. So everybody is watching that show for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on up here, but they are watching that show.
I mean, I think ultimately it's like she said, people are into like danger and killing and murder, and that's the society we live in. So it makes sense. But for me, and I got a choice. Like, I never badmouth no show because I can always turn it off, and so it's just not my cup of tea. I ain't saying it's whack. It's just not my cup of tea.
I got you. Okay.
It's definitely a show I would never want to watch again.
Oh, you're not watching season 2?
Huh?
You're not watching season 2?
What kind of crazy person wrote this show? Like, you really have to be crazy to be...
You couldn't put it down, though. You was in it.
I watched it for research. I was like, there is a plot twist. I will say there is a plot twist in the end, but I'm just like, you have to be sick. Like, we've seen movies where people get killed, but it was just on a whole nother level. I said, what in the world?
No, I like killing. Like, I like John Wick and all them movies.
Yes,
I like action movies.
Yes.
That's my joint, right? And so I can't sit up here be a hypocrite and say, you can't watch no killing. I like me some killing, but senseless, crazy killing.
It was sick. It was. it was really no, and especially I think during this time, it is not a show that should be on TV. I think people are really desperate for money out here, and it just made me look at society differently. Like if there's people out there like that are that sick and twisted.
Well, can you explain to us how do I get my lighting system? I need to put me some lights up in here. Your background is crazy. I love it.
Yes.
Yes, definitely background is crazy. Naima, thank you so much again for joining us on the show. And I'm definitely gonna see you soon. And by the way, Rodney, her birthday's pulling up next week, so give her early happy birthday.
Oh, she a Libra. What's up, Libra? I was Virgo. I was last month.
Hey.
Mad props to you and your birthday, sis.
Thank you.
All right, now
Libras got to stay at perfect balance all the time.
Huh?
I say Libras have to stay at perfect balance.
Okay.
They say okay.
But sometimes you tip the scale, they start acting a little crazy. I was just playing.
And Jersey, congrats on season 3.
Thank you, Naima.
Yes.
And you'll be a stranger on there. You'll be back soon, so we'll definitely catch up soon. All right.
Bye, y'all.
Okay. So, Rodney, there you go. All right, everybody, we got Mr. Rodney on the live. Man of the hour. I wanted you to come on because you've contributed so much to the culture, just as you know, and I wanted people to be able to understand, how you've been able to really maneuver and get your career to still be able to go.
Yeah.
An age where I feel like if they just replace you, like they come. You know what I'm saying? So
True.
Let's get this back to the beginning. How did you get into the game? Bring it back.
Man, I knew I wanted to tell jokes fairly early. Like I had a teacher in second grade that would let me tell jokes at the end of the day if I shut up. And so that teacher recognized this thing in me really early, 10 years old. And so it will be many years before I found it as a profession, but I knew it. Like I've met people in my life that are 35, 40 years old that don't know what they want to be or what they want to do. And I had the luxury of knowing that thing as a baby almost. And so once I knew, it was just a matter of figuring out how to get to it. And I remember seeing Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live, and I was like, that's it. That's the thing that I want to be. And now the rest of it was kind of, just figuring out how to get paid for it now.
Figuring out how to get. Okay. So let me ask you, Rodney. Let me ask you. You said Eddie Murphy was kind of what sparked something for you.
Mm-hmm.
How many people, or who are the people that have influenced you to be like, I'm gonna really do this, that inspire you? Look at them and you look at their career as something that is obtainable for you. Who are those people for you?
There's people that you ain't never heard of, and then there's some famous people.
Okay.
Of course, Eddie Murphy. Of course, Kim Whitley, who was my friend and the first person to give me a job in Hollywood. Monique, who took me under her wing and showed me how to get paid, how to get money. Sid the Entertainer was a great mentor for me, and Steve Harvey. So I had some great George Lopez too back in the day. First guy to take me on the road. And then there's people like Tony Royster and this guy named Wayne Robinson. That was my OG. Every comic got an OG, and these guys show you, hey man, don't hold the mic like that. What you doing on stage with all that stuff in your pockets? You know the nuts and bolts of comedy. So it's been so many people to feed into who Rodney Perry is, and who gave me the ability to have some longevity.
Definitely, man. You just said longevity.
Yes,
man. Let's get into that because you definitely had some longevity. I'm looking at your credits right now. You've been active in the game since 2003.
Mm-hmm.
And you was a guard number 1 with or without you in 2003, right? So get through that, Rodney, and how you even got to just that point. You know what I'm saying? Just being guard number 2, guard number 1.
Right. Well, acting in general. So I'm a comedian first, and what I noticed, all the guys that were comedians and actors were always working. They either had TV, movie stuff, or the comedy clubs would book them because they had the credits. And so I saw that, and I was like, I need to take some acting classes. So I took classes with Tasha Smith, and I took some other acting classes, and that gave me the foundation to begin to get movies, man. And that like the movies have kind of been in the gap. Like when comedy wasn't cracking, I did a movie. When movies wasn't cracking, I'm doing comedy. So that added to my longevity. When that wasn't cracking, I write a book. When that wasn't cracking, I do a play. You know, so it's like, you know, I believe in staying kinetic. You got to always be moving.
Definitely. So now break it down for the people that don't understand that, because I feel like a lot of times people may not understand what the differences are between an actor and then being a comedian. Like break the differences and then how they even merge, and then talk to us about like someone like Eddie Murphy, who you've looked up to, whose career you looked up to, and how he's been able to do two of them, and give us that breakdown for us.
Oh, that's a whole lot. Okay, so stand-up comedy is my gift. You know, I could do that in my sleep all day, every day. And it's me on stage by myself with my thoughts, right? As an actor, I'm usually conveying somebody else's message. And it's never just me. It's me, you, it's the young lady that was on. We got to act and react in a certain space and deal with each other, right? So acting is more about listening, right? You know, I had a acting class, and I had a scene with this guy. He's like, right now I don't like comics. And I was like, why? He's like, because y'all don't listen. And he was right. Because you, as a comedian, you don't have to listen. You're the only one talking. So when other people are talking, you know, like right now you're doing 100 things. You're listening. You're actively listening to me. You blinking your eyes. You shaking your head. You taking in. You working on the next question. You're like, okay, he said that. Boom. So that's the same thing. That's acting, but you're not acting. You live it. And so acting is living.
Got you. So then let me ask you, if you could pick between acting or comedy to save your life, who you picking?
I'm picking comedy all day.
Okay.
All day, every day.
Yeah. So now let me ask you this. Why is it now? Is it because it's what you love to do, or do you feel like it's just more lucrative?
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I tell comedians when they ask me, you know, about this game and how to get in it, I say, go see if you love it and then come back and talk to me. Because if you don't love it, then that's another, not to say you can't be successful, but it's a different path, you know. But if you find what you love to do it and just never quit. And that's the words I live by.
So now, with people that's trying to get into the game, you have more of an old school blood to you. For people that's trying to get into the game now, what are some of the things that you see that they need to work on as a generation? The new comedians coming up. Is there something or advice that you would give to them, like I would clean this up or work on that? What advice you got for them?
You know what, man? The guys that I like, and I think you're kind of leaning toward the social media cats. You know, I like a lot of them, man. I like Country Wayne. I like Desi Banks. You know, I like a lot of the comics. I like the other gentleman out of Baltimore named Desi, and they're doing it. They're doing it right. The only difference between them and me is my vehicle for getting famous was TV and film. They figured out how to get famous right here, and that's a blessing. Because you know, I tell my young comics, I was like, imagine if you could have got famous from your phone. You know, when we would just start out, that would be gold. And so time will only tell what's up, Mr. Winans? Time will only tell as we keep going if they're right or wrong. You know, as of now, it looks like they're doing a lot right.
A lot right. Now, let me also ask you this. Does it make you feel like, not that you came up in the wrong era, but does it make you feel like, damn, I wish I had social media back when I was first starting out? Or do you feel like these cats coming up don't understand the real grind of hard work, and they just kind of catching a lick because it's just easier to turn the phone on? What are your thoughts?
I don't buy into that mindset. You know what I mean? Like the idea of looking at another person and be like, I should have done that shit. I don't rock like that. It's like, you know, there's stuff I did that they might never do. You know, like man, comedy has bought this house, put my kids through college, cars, you know, movies, TV. The reason you know my name is because of comedy. You know what I'm saying? So now I was on the cusp of it. Like 2002, I was doing videos. You know, so what I would say to anybody coming now is stay the course. Because when you're a visionary, sometimes you're way out ahead of the pack. Like the people didn't start getting famous almost 15 years later after I was doing videos. So if I keep going, I'm a super duper national celebrity off my phone. But who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? Because we did it for like 6 months and it got boring. You know, it's like, oh, let me get out of here.
But let me ask you this, because with building your craft and building your legacy, that comes with experience. You go out on the road and really getting in them classes and really learning and just meeting the people and connecting. If that's not really happening on social media, right? So that
no, it's absolutely happening. But this is the deal.
Break it down.
Like that's why the people I said are the people I said. Country Wayne, Desi Banks, these guys are working. Like they make me proud to put comedy in their hands. You know what I mean? But there are people that, like you say, that just try to hit a lick. But it's always been those people. You know, them niggas was around when I was a Rudy Poo. There's always gonna be somebody to take advantage of the system. You know what I'm saying? So that's not new. It's just a new way of presenting it. And there's always gonna be guys trying to go around, not go up, not perform. But guess what? The audience is a great equalizer. Because when people come see you live and they spend their $50, $60, $100, you better be good.
Better be good. That's a fact.
Yes.
So let me ask you this then. How important is good at what you do? Like talent. Is talent still in 2021 about to be 2022?
I think so. You know, me and my buddy debate this all the time. He said, Rodney, you don't have to be good no more. I disagree. Because at the end of the day, you got to make people laugh. You know, famous is one thing, but talent, talent is another thing. Talent is real. Like people are like you and they don't even know why. That's talent.
You
know.
Now I feel like a lot of people want this fame. They'll try to get it from comedy, and I'm gonna say TikTok and Instagram and all of that has opened up a whole new, I guess, portal for people to get in there, right? Even with merging acting, they skits and the sketch comedy. Even on this show, I've had people that are social media comedians, ain't never been on a real stage in their life, got 500,000 followers,
and don't know how to talk either.
You know what I'm saying? They got 500,000 followers. They like very, you know, like they're like 21. You know what I'm saying? So but then they're considered a comedian because they have an audience. So who are we to say that you're not a comedian? Apparently 500,000 people think you are. So I just want to make sure that, you know, and see where y'all at. Just people from coming from your generation and how y'all are just like.
Now let me be clear though. Let me be clear. Everybody ain't like me. A lot of my peers and my contemporaries like, fuck them. A lot of my peers. And I'm like this. The moment you don't get the young people, that's your first day as an old man, old woman. Like it was cats that didn't get me. When I talked to Said the Entertainer, he would say it was cats that didn't get him. He was one of the first cats to play music in his show. And so there's always going to be something new that people were like, what is that? Yeah. And so that's just a par for the course. So I think ultimately the talent kind of shows itself, you know, in the longer race. You know, we're in a much longer race. Like you might look right now and somebody look like they're hot, but I tell these guys, be hot in 5 years.
Be hot in 5 years.
Then I can respect you because I got 25.
Okay. And it go back to longevity, like what you said earlier, man. It goes back to longevity. So let's tap back into this thing. What was your first inclination? Like, yo, I'm a really, even though you said Eddie Murphy was that trigger, but what was your first go around? Like, I'm about to get on the stage and I'm about to really try this.
Well, in high school, I was kind of the kid that would host the talent shows and stuff.
Okay.
You know, so like, you know, they was like, well, who gonna host? And I was like, you know, reluctantly, you know, and that was my first jokes, you know, like knock jokes and stuff like that. But that stuff was my and like I don't remember this, but when I talked to my classmates from high school and grammar school, it's like you always talked about it. You always talked about you was gonna do this, you was gonna do that, and I'm gonna be on TV one day. I'm gonna do this. I told my mother. So I found my name in an encyclopedia, and it said Rodney, and Rodney meant famous. And I told my mother, I said, I'm gonna be famous, Mama. My name means famous. And she said, boy, get out of my room. But I say all that to say, you know, you have all these indicators that show you what's coming.
Gotcha. Definitely, man. Like you've watched your career unfold, I guess, in front of your eyes, I guess is your career.
Yeah.
But do you feel like you already knew this was gonna happen? Or did you feel confused right now, like, what, this is my life? Or did you already back then knew that this was the course that you was already gonna take?
Man, what a great question. I asked Tyler Perry the same question. I said, did you know? He said, I didn't know any more than you knew where you going. But I knew I had to do it. And so I'll echo his statement. I knew I had to do it. I didn't know where the road was leading. You know, I would be much smarter if I did. I'd be like, oh, if I knew that this thing was going to take 10 years, that would have helped me. Mm-hmm. You know, that would have saved some anxiety, right? But I didn't know. You know, it's like having it's like putting some place in your navigation and you've never been there. You're going to doubt that navigation at some point. At some point, you be like, man, did I type this shit in? Did I put this in? I don't know. Man, I think I missed my turn. So I didn't know where I was going, but I knew that I couldn't stop. That's what I knew.
You know what? I feel like that's a testimony right there that it's like you just have to have that feeling. You don't got to have it all figured out, but that feeling gets you where you got to go. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you really have. Let's bring it to this real quick. Monique, the Monique show in 2009.
11.
Sorry, 2011. Talk to us about how you got on the Monique show, man, and did that for a couple of years. How'd you do that?
So Monique and I did radio before we did television. So she had a syndicated radio show. She had a co-host, and they was getting ready to get rid of that guy. And unbeknownst to me, I go in and do a remote for a voting drive. We was about to elect Barack Obama, and I just went in. We talked about the election and our thoughts on it. And our job with that day was just to be funny on the air with Monique. It was a bunch of, it was like Joe Torre, myself, Guy Torre. It was a bunch of comedians that came into our show that day. And so it was cool. We did it. And at the end of the show, they was like, yo, Rodney, man, we want you to come in the studio, man. Come in like next week. I'm like, cool. Now, I got radio baggage. I did radio for 5 years in LA for free. So when they asked me to come to the studio, I'm like, damn, is this another 5 years of free radio? But
wait, 5 years for free?
Yeah.
Is that the dues that everybody got to pay something?
Hey, it was the most rewarding and the hardest thing I ever did, because they would get their checks on Friday and I'd be like this.
But after year 1 and year 2 and year 3, what was the like? All right, they playing with me, like I don't know.
They treated me like an intern. So, but I was the main person on the show. I got the picture right here somewhere. I think I got it.
What a picture?
Hold on, is this shit? Hold on. I just saw it the other day.
And you got Rodney Perry on the line for Black Card. Right.
I don't know what I did with that shit.
Looking for a picture. Comments. Any questions to ask Rodney? Drop it in the comments right now, and I'll be sure to. Yeah. Rodney?
I'm on the way. Hold on.
Coming right back. If you haven't followed
me. Here you go. So, on the radio,
Okay.
KJLH.
Okay.
Rodney Perry, Cliff Winston was the head of the show. Young man right here. That was our team. That's the morning show. I'm on all the signage. I was on everything, but I got no money, no check. And then, of course, this is Monique and Tonex and I.
Okay.
Yeah, back in the day. But, so I got that baggage going in, but by Friday, they had offered me a job making 6 figures. And so I went in on a Wednesday. By Friday, they offered me a job, and we did it, man, for like 6 months. When that show ended, Monique, she told me, she said, Rodney, bigger and better things are coming. And probably not a month later, they offered me a job on the Monique show. And I packed my family up, moved to Atlanta, and I've been here ever since.
You've been here ever since. So let me ask you this. In terms of all the different things, you've done radio, comedy, you've done film, you've written, you know what I'm saying? Out of all the things in entertainment that you've been able to do and accomplish, which one for you is still your most favorite thing to do? And then which one is the most lucrative?
Make the most money? That's easy. Okay, so comedy is my favorite thing always. Money-wise, comedy has the biggest upside. So if you hit in comedy, you could be gone, but comedy and movies go hand in hand.
Go hand in hand.
So the residual income for movies is unparalleled. Like, I still get movies. I did a movie 20 years ago. I still get checks from. You know, I did Johnson Family Vacation with said the entertainer Steve Harvey, 2002. I got $1,000 check from that last week. You know, I did the Tyler Perry movie.
For people that understand residuals and royalties and stuff like that, each year does the value depreciate, or how
let me explain to you like this.
Okay.
So it kind of depreciates, but certain movies kind of always have a life. So, like, say for instance, I did Johnson Family. What's a family movie? So every year this movie get played like 4 times.
Okay.
So I mean, literally. So you got family movies. What I'm thinking. Like, look at a classic like Friday. Friday gonna get played, but it's not gonna get played but twice a year.
Okay.
A family movie might get played Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, somewhere in the summer. You know, it might get a legitimate 5 different plays out the year. And so because of that, I get that's that residual income that I make. And so you get your initial payment, and then you might make residuals the rest of your life. I just did Coming to America. I'm gonna be eating off that shit for at least 50 years. Literally 50.
All right, just in case y'all ain't know, Rodney Perry was in Coming to America too, okay?
Yes. And I had a small role.
Oh, but first of all, you said that you looked up to Eddie Murphy back in the day. So how much of a full circle moment was it to be a part of one of the movies that helped propel him into like the strategy? Talk to us about that.
It was unreal, dog. For real, man. Like, to walk on that set and Eddie look at me and be like, "Hey, Rodney, how you doing this morning?" It was surreal, man. And I've been around him. You know, there's 2 degrees of separation in Hollywood. So I've been around Eddie Murphy. I've been to his house at different parties and stuff over the years when I lived in LA. And to have him look at me as a guy that's in the film, like, not an equal, but to somebody he respected.
Of course.
That was like, yo, man, I'm in, man. Eddie said, "What's up?" Yeah.
Man, that's super dope, man. That's definitely super dope. So now, Coming to America too, did you have to audition for that? Or
I did. And a great story about the audition. So the working title of the movie was The Quest. The Quest, right? So I auditioned for The Quest. I don't know it's Coming to America.
Is that like a decoy so y'all don't know what's up?
it happens sometimes, depending on the size of the movie. They might have a different working title. And so I read for the Quest, and my agent called me. She's like, "Yo, Rodney, you booked the Quest." I'm like, "All right." She's like, "You're not excited?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm excited, but I gotta go pick up my daughter from school. When do it work?" She said, "Rodney, you booked the Quest." All right. When does it work? I said, "Rodney, the Quest is coming to America." Dude, I walk upstairs. Me and my wife stood in the kitchen over our little island, and I told her about the movie, and we stood there and cried like babies, man. It was a real blessing moment.
So you still, even though you've been in the game for so long and you've worked with, come on, Steve Harvey, Cedric, now, so you, those moments that you still appreciative and being able to still be able to work in this industry.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm thankful for the longevity. I'm thankful for being able to work, being able to take care of my family, my kids, you know, to have a certain lifestyle, you know, and I'm by no means rich, but I'm good.
Okay? Everybody, Rodney is good. All right, so so let me ask you this. Back to Miss Monique for a little bit. You worked for her for some years, and that's obviously someone that you consider a friend. She
Yes.
really rough time with Netflix and everything that she's been going through. Talk to us about, I guess, what your thoughts on that and how I guess the entertainment industry respect Black women or Black women comedians, and your thoughts on your girl Monique.
Well, I think, you know, and I told Mo this. I said, Mo, you may never benefit from your stance, like, but hopefully somebody that look like you will. And I think we've already seen that in the aftermath. Now, some people say that they already had deals in the works, blah blah. But I'm sure Netflix moved for certain people because of Monique. And how about this? They still don't service Blacks. Still, you know, you'll see Blacks on Netflix, but it's the top 5% of Black culture, right? Everything else, they went and got all our old shows and put them on there, but they don't have no Netflix originals with this show. They don't have no Netflix originals with Rodney Perry.
Yeah,
they can do that,
and they
you know. And so I'm not gonna say it's all race, but I'm sure race plays into it, you know. So do I think Monique was right? I think she was right in a lot of respects. I personally wouldn't have taken that stance, you know, because I just got a different set of, my reality is different than hers. You know, I told Mo, I'm trying to get blackballed, because you gotta be on to get blackballed. You can't be talking about they blackball me, nobody know who your ass is. You know, and then that in itself is a white problem, because guess what? Monique never lost one Black fan, not one.
That's
so who's blackballed?
Who's blackballed?
You ain't black, you whiteballed.
Whiteballed.
That's a whole nother conversation.
It is a whole nother conversation. But you know what, I feel like in her stance, like you said, there was a lot of Black icons that I feel like she set with. You know, Oprah, Tyler, you know what I'm saying? You know, so what, and you worked with Tyler Perry. So puts you, I'm sure, in a compromising situation.
You can't fight the world all at once. Like, she should have fought Netflix, got that over with, then fight Tyler, get that over with, then fight. But you can't fight Oprah, Tyler, Netflix all at once.
All at once.
You can't. It makes for an impossible fight. And but how about this? I also told her this. She's so good that she don't get another shot. She is literally one of the best actresses I've ever seen. Like, it's no accident she was in those movies, and that she killed it the way she did. And so I was in there, like, when the white media started really checking for her, it would ask a question like, "So Monique, how does it feel to be on the mainstream now?" And Monique said, "Well, sugar, how does it feel to be in my stream?"
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And Monique is absolutely fair. You know, what people don't understand about her, she's fair. And anybody that treats her unfairly is going to get the wrath of Monique.
Is going to get the wrath. Now, I feel like she did the interview with the Breakfast Club a couple years ago, and I still feel like a lot of those moments live in my head rent free. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's dope.
it do. Only because I feel like it was an eye opener. So much things. You know, a lot. There was rumblings of her being super difficult to work with. You've worked with her on a personal level and on a business level. Where or do you feel like that has any merit or any ground to stand on, that she's a difficult person to work with?
I don't think those are fair comments.
Hmm.
But when I say she's fair, let me give you this story. My first time working with Monique, she calls me, right now, I want you to play this theater with me. And I was like, okay, how much do it pay, Mo? She was like, I don't know, nigga. You got to talk to the promoter. At this point, I work with comics. I had never talked to a promoter. So what comics do, they say, oh, Rodney, want you to do the show. It paid $500, $5,000, whatever it paid, and we'll make sure you get the money. She gave me the power. You talk to the promoter. I said, Mo, I don't even know what to ask for. She said, you with me, you should be getting at least $5,000. At that junction of my career, I had never touched $5,000, right? So I said, I don't know, Mo. She said, ask for it. She punked me. She was like, just ask for it. So I get on the phone with the promoter. Hey, homeboy, Rodney Perry, man. Hey, man, thank you for coming down. Hey, man, so what we gonna do? I said, man, I'm gonna need $5,000. 5,000? Oh, hell no. No. I get somebody local to do it for 500. I said, well, all right, well, I think you gotta talk to Monique then. You know what? I'll call her right now. He called her. We on three-way. Hey, sugar. Hey, Monique, I got your boy on the line. The nigga say he want 5,000. yeah. I told him I'd get somebody for 500. She said, no, sugar. You can't get nobody for 500 because they can't work with me. Monique, you gonna mess the deal up over $5,000? No, sugar. You gonna mess the deal up over $5,000. I work with all of them. Sid, Steve, Bo, you name it. Ain't none of them ever did that. So I give you that to give you some perspective on who you dealing with. The lady is fair. And if it's whack, if it's not fair, she gonna let you know. She put her name on the line for me at that junction of my career. So I'm like, yo, you really can't say nothing bad. I mean, if you're looking for something other than that, from me, you know, it just ain't there.
No, listen, but it's not what we're looking for. It's whatever is the truth. So
it's absolutely true.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it could just be, I guess, put laid to rest. And I feel like a lot of people that work with Monique don't necessarily, I guess, advocate for her loud enough that I feel like it covers up that noise.
Right.
You know?
But that's part of the blackball though. The blackball is real. Like, and you can hear other artists talk about it, but when people start going, you difficult, and then two people say it, that shit is almost a fact. If you get two people to say, you know, hey man, I deal with that Rodney Perry, man. That dude, like, but I met Rodney, he seemed like a cool guy. Nah, man, you know, man, dude, he weird. You know, that's a new word, weird. He weird, man. He weird. That dude be. Yeah. And so, like, sometimes you gotta consider your persona, like how people are reading you. You know, I play poker, right? I'm at a poker table. This is how fast stuff can go wrong. I'm at a poker table. I'm sitting next to the dealer. I folded. I gave the dealer my card. Everybody at the table said he didn't say he fold. They're like, I'm sitting here next to the motherfucker. I heard him say it. So 4 people at the table were willing to testify on their mama that they heard me say something I didn't say. So I say that to say that perception becomes reality that fast.
That fast.
Yeah. That can happen to any one of us.
100% facts.
Yeah.
Perception becomes reality. Boom. That fast. Make sure y'all quote that. That's a Rodney Perry original quote right there.
I probably stole that from somebody. Yeah.
I think I throw that for somebody. I ain't gonna take that one. But Rodney, man, you've been real on here and just been dropping gems, and we appreciate that. And you've been doing it for free, okay? So we gonna lighten it up a little bit. We're gonna play a game called Rapid Fire real quick.
I'm waiting for the rapid fire. Let's go.
All right, Rapid Fire.
Go, son.
All you gotta do is I'm gonna just ask you some questions, and you just think about the first thing that come to your brain, and you just gonna answer it. Cool?
Done.
What's your favorite role you've done so far?
I did a movie. I did a movie called what's the name of this film? I played a dirty cop in a movie called Once Upon a Time in Detroit. My friend wrote it. His name is Joe Blunt. He's a comedian. He wrote and produced it. And that was one of the first movies that I got to play something that wasn't comedic, but, you know, to give it some flyness. It's on Amazon Prime now if your audience want to take a look. It's a cool little movie, though. I say some foul stuff in that movie. I'm just a horrible, dirty cop. It's crazy.
Tell everybody what's the name of that movie one more time.
Once Upon a Time in Detroit. Amazon Prime, right now.
On a Time in Detroit, Amazon Prime, and make sure I go watch that Coming to America 2 on Amazon Prime. All right, so you got 2 movies on there. All right, next question. In Coming to America 2, which celebrity were you the most excited to meet?
Wow, that's crazy. I'm a default. Eddie Murphy was definitely one.
Okay.
But I got to sit with John Amos, man. The dad from Good Times, and I got to not only just talk to him, but sit, and he just dropped game and gems on us, what it was like for him in the 70s, how to be a father on a television show. And John Amos it was gold to sit there and chat with this dude, man.
Definitely dope. I got a chance to meet John Amos at FF Honors in LA a couple years ago. And I got a chance to meet him and just see all of his accomplishments.
You know what I'm talking about. You feel me? Yeah.
Definitely, John Amos is dope. Next question. Out of all of your roles that you have done so far, which one was least favorite?
My least favorite? I mean, they all become like your babies. I did a movie called The Broad Street Bully that never got finished, and it was gonna be a good movie, and the dude ended up, getting caught up on child support. He went to jail for like 2 years, and he still called me once while, hey, we gonna finish that movie. I'm like, man, get the hell out of my phone. So that's my least favorite movie because it never came out.
Well, you could make a movie about that.
I know, the movie about the movie that never happened.
Okay. All right, if you could pick any comedian to save your life by doing a set, who would you pick?
Ooh, that's a dope question. Now, do they have to be funny?
They gotta save your life. Yeah, they gotta be funny to do a set.
I picked one comedian to save my life by his set. My little brother does comedy.
Okay.
His name is Ryan Evans.
Okay.
And I would put my life on him.
Well, shout out to Ryan Evans.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Little bro, Ryan Evans, you're definitely gonna be on the look for you. All right, last question. Okay, if you could pick any car right now to ride around for the rest of your life, what you picking?
You know what? I used to want a Cadillac, and I'm old school, and I drove one recently, and I just didn't like it. But I like luxury. I like maybe the sport Bentley. Maybe the sport Bentley.
Nah, Bentley is all the way turned up. Okay.
Yes.
All Bentley turned up. I want.
Yeah.
But dope, and you know what? Let's just close it out with this. What advice, Rodney, would you give to any comedian, actor that's just trying to break into the entertainment industry that don't know where to go, but they got a little bit of talent and they necessarily don't want to be like how me and you are right now on social media, and they want to kind of go the traditional route? What advice you got for them?
Well, for a comedian, I would say find a stage, see if you love it. If you love it, do comedy and never stop.
Hmm.
For an actor, I would be a little different. I would say get training. Go to an acting class or school because you need to begin to meet your peers. You need to meet people that look like you. Like as a you know, in entertainment we have it's like high school. You have your class you started with,
Mm-hmm.
and those become your peers. And so you got to meet them. If you don't know no other actors, you're not an actor. And
Mm.
so you got to start to meet people that do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't stay at the post office if you want to be an actor. You
God.
know, not
Now,
exclusively.
now, does that go in any genre, or is that just for entertainment?
No, I think that's true of anything.
Mm.
I think you gotta whatever you want, you gotta immerse yourself in it.
Mm.
Do it. See if you love it. If you love it, never quit.
But,
You can't help but be successful. The money gonna come.
mm.
The money gonna come.
Mm. Okay.
I think that's a life lesson.
Yes. You heard what he said. Rodney Perry, tell the people what you got coming up next. What should we be on the lookout for?
I got a movie I did. I shot in Canada with my buddy Joe Coy. He's a Filipino comic, and you can catch him on Netflix as well. Super funny. But I shot a movie with him. I think it's going to be a big movie, and so it may be as big as Coming to America. So I'm excited about that, and I'm also producing, and I got a comedy special that I'm producing, one for myself, and then I'm doing a series of comedy shows that we're producing in Chicago this month in October.
Well, listen, you hear what he said, Rodney Perry. Let's let you know what he gets to the bag. He stay working. All right, Rodney. Whenever any of these projects come out, you cannot be a stranger. You must be back. Black to break down and talk about everything you got coming on, bro.
I love it, man. I love what you're doing, man. Very dope show, man. Well done.
And I appreciate you. And your interview was super dope. And we definitely gonna see you on the upside, my brother. You getting younger. Hey?
My man.
Yes.
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed, everybody. All right, everybody. We got Rodney Perry on the live. And this was season 3 of Black Culture to Breakdown, episode 1. And we are definitely not gonna be strangers. I ain't gonna be here for a very long time. Hit the follow button. It's free. Yes. Okay? Free. I ain't charging for that. Hit the follow. I promise I may follow back. Listen, thank y'all so much for tapping in. I appreciate y'all. Next week, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are back for season 3. We bigger, better, and bolder, and we taking everything to the next level. Damn. I appreciate y'all for loving me. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I appreciate y'all for showing love. I am your boy Jersey. This is Black Culture to Breakdown season 3. Episode 1, and I am outie. Deuces.